Good day. It is December the 19th, and today we're going to start John 8, doing the first 3 verses, and Proverbs 19. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Begin John 8, starting at verse 1. Jesus returned to the Mount of Olives. 2. But early the next morning he was back again at the temple. A crowd soon gathered, and he sat down and taught them. 3. As he was speaking, the teachers of religious law and Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in the act of adultery. They put her in front of him, in front of the crowd. Okay. Like I said, the first 3 verses, said yesterday, the first 3 verses may not be in all texts, or they might be combined, like at the last 2 of the previous chapter and as 1 and 2 of this chapter. Jesus returned to the Mount of Olives. This is normally where he stayed. He never stayed actually in Jerusalem. 2. But early the next morning he was back again at the temple, and a crowd soon gathered, and he sat down and taught them. Like I said, he didn't spend the night in the city. Teaching, when a rabbi was teaching or whatever, they normally sat down. 3. As he was speaking, the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in the act of adultery. They put her in front of the crowd. They were brutal. They had no concern about the woman. They caught her in adultery. They probably knew about it before, that she was an adulteress. She might have even been well known. And if they caught her in adultery, where's the man? Because he's supposed to be there too. Proverbs 19. Better is the poor that walketh in integrity than the perverse in his lips, and for a fool at the same time. Better to be poor and have integrity. 2. Also the soul that be without knowledge is not good. He that hasteneth with his feet sinneth. 3. The foolishness of a man perverteth the way, and his heart fighteth against the Lord, against Yahweh. 4. Wealth addeth many friends, but as for the poor, his friends separate himself from him. When you're rich, friends come out of the woodwork. When poor, you can't find a friend with a search warrant. 5. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that breatheth forth lies shall not escape. If you lie, God will punish you. 6. Many will entreat the favor of a liberal man, that's a generous man, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts. And man's giving gifts away, he's going to be popular. 7. All the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He that pursueth words, they turn against him. The poor really have no friends. 8. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul, and he keepeth understanding shall find good. When you look for wisdom, you love yourself. 9. A false witness shall not be unpunished, but he that breatheth forth lies shall perish. Again, liars will be punished. 10. Luxury is not seemly for a fool, much less a servant to have rule over a princess. Yeah, this is just out of place. 11. It's discretion of a man to be slow to anger, and his glory to pass over transgression. When you're slow to anger, you're better off. When you forgive, you're being loving. 12. The king's wrath is the raving of a lion, but his favor is the dew upon the grass. 13. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contentions of a wife are continual dripping. They are very persistent and very irritating. 14. House and riches are inheritance of fathers, but a prudent wife is from Yahweh. 15. Slothfulness casteth into deep sleep, and the idle shall suffer hunger. 16. He that keepeth the commandment keepeth his soul, but he that despises his way shall die. Keep God's commandments. 17. He that is gracious unto the poor lendeth to Yahweh, and his good deed he will repay unto him. When you are generous to the poor, God will repay you. That's if you're loving toward doing it because you love Yahweh. 18. Chasten thy son, for there is hope, but set not thy heart in destruction. Control your children before it's too late. 19. A man of great wrath shall suffer punishment, for if thou interpose, I will add thereto. An easily angry man will suffer. If you keep getting out of it, eventually he'll do it more and more and more, and finally you won't be able to get out of it. 20. Hear the counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in the latter end. Ask for advice. 21. There are many devices in a man's heart, that is plans, many plans. But the counsel of Yahweh, that shall stand. No matter what you plan, God wins. 22. The lust of a man is a shame, the poor man is better than a liar. 23. The fear of Yahweh tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. 24. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish and will not so much bring it to his mouth. A lazy person will starve. Has food in his hand, it won't lift it up to his mouth. 25. When thou smitest a scorner, the simple will become prudent. As the one that has understanding is reproved, he will understand knowledge. 26. A son that dealeth shamefully and reproachfully will despoil his father and chase away his mother. 27. Cease, thy son, to hear instruction that causes to err from the words of knowledge. Stop listening to lies and dishonest people. 28. An ungodly witness mocketh at right, and the mouth of the wicked devoureth iniquity. And 29. Judgments prepared for scorners, and stripes for the back of fools. God will deal with scorners and mockers appropriately. I hope you've been blessed by this reading. May the Lord richly bless you. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me at 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, so do I.